Welcome back, vintage gamers, to a vintage challenge. I am trying to test out this BPK style Lurrus deck that Francis played to either a finals or the finals finish over in the most recent 4 seasons in Italy. It's a deck I've been working on a little bit separately from Francis, so it's cool that there are actually two different versions going around. Basically, it is a kind of a controlling saga shell based around Lurrus that is very much a BPK deck, but without all of the random BPK cards. So, we're using all of our Moxen to power out 2-drops on turn 1, things like Lavinia, Spelldancer, and Jace Vern's Prodigy, while having answers to everything in the format with, Needle off of Saga, Strip Mine, and then we are looking to do combination kills using Intuition for Vault, Key, and Reclamation sometimes, and Lotus sometimes, depending on if you have a Lurrus or not. The deck is extremely redundant and pretty good at doing the Vault Key thing. And then you get to have access to, because you're white, to all the best cards against mono white, with some really nice cards against Bazaar as well. So kind of a fun, controlling, a little bit of a slower, lower power deck that is more resilient to hate with a tile of forces. Should be fun. See you in round 1. If you'd like to see your deck played on this channel, check out the Patreon link in the description below, where you can find all the information you need to submit a donation deck list. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Round 1, Vintage Challenge. We've got a cat. This hand slaps. Keep. I think I'm gonna hold the key in case I want to get rid of it with Jace. So, oh, what is that? Shit. I thought they were gonna play mono white. All right, so they're on Squee. Okay, I'm gonna hold Pearl and Key because I don't want to run into Mindbreak Trap. Though this isn't Squee exactly, it could still be Aggrovine. In which case, I still probably want to hold those 2 cards in case they're on. I mean, they've already used 2 Vigors. I am also skeptical of Jace the Vern's Prodigy, but I don't know. Francis had some pretty high praise for it, so I'm gonna give it a shot. It's nice to have a looting effect in these decks that have a bunch of cards you don't always want. Oh, I should post that I'm live, huh? Okay. I'm gonna get a basic island. Play Jace Vern's Prodigy. All right, so we don't know if they're on Squee or Aggrovine. Either way, I think holding here makes the most sense. Number 1 force target if they're on Aggrovine is Collector Roof. Number 1 force target if they're on Countervine is just protecting us from like Vigor or resolving a spell. Okay, so this is likely to be Aggrovine, so we're just going to hold this force for a Collector Oof, or if we find a good misstep target, or if we get Vigored, though it's kind of unlikely to get Vigored, seeing as they've lost 2 Vigors. They did have a Hollow one, which we're not like amazing against Hollow one. We have a 1 Cathar and 1 Swords in the main. But we do have a Jace, so we can like plus it or block and flip at some point. So I think we wouldn't force a Hollow one. Unless they had like double Vengevine in their yard or something where we need to really save life. All right, so they have one Vengevine and they pitched a Collector Roof. So they would have to have 2 hollow ones to return this Vengevine, or Mox plus 1-drop. If they have 12 power, are we realistically beating 12 power currently? No. Though I guess we can get a Lurrus. So I take 8 and go to 11, and then I get a Lurrus, and then they attack for 12, and I'm forced to... I think I have to force this in case they have 2 hollow ones. Oh, I wouldn't take 8, I would take 4. Okay, so they have 2 hollow ones, so that's 8 power. I think that's correct from me, though. Also gets me closer to flipping this Jace. Wouldn't you just force the second one? Yeah, true. Factually accurate. Gush. Well, that looks pretty stupid here. Okay, I'm going to activate my Jace. Lavinia. Lavinia is a little late, but I don't think this key is doing anything. The problem is still, I think I'm supposed to get Lurrus this turn. I'm not sure the Lavinia is fast enough anymore. I take 8. Yeah, I'm going to put the Lurrus into my hand. Lurrus trading with a Vengevine and gaining me 30 life is probably something that will happen in this game. Also, I guess I could maybe, like, chump block with Lavinia a bunch. I'm a little worried. They did pitch a Collector Roof, so they could go something like Gaia's Cradle Collector Roof, and then that is pretty bad for me. But I wouldn't be able to stop that with Lavinia anyways, so... Wasteland, Cradle, Yavimaya, Strip Mine. Okay. I just don't know why I bother fetching a basic. Okay. So they're out of action. This is it. This is all they've got. Can we beat that? Right now, it looks a little tough. We do have block and flip. We do need to hit a land drop for our Lurrus, though. We drew Time Vault. And I pitched my Manifold Key, huh? I can't play my Lavinia, and I can't play my Lurrus. And I currently am dead on board if I don't block. What if I flip and pump, I'm still dead on board? I guess I'm dead on board I have to flip, pump, and draw a land, right? Because if I block, I'm just already dead on board. I guess I should have pitched this Gush. What about, like, Black Lotus? That should be winning, right? All right, activating Jace. Vampiric Tutor. I feel like we drew so badly in this game. I can't even target something in my yard and flash it back, right? I mean, the fact that they strip mined my island was the biggest problem here, because I thought for sure I would be able to play this Lurrus unless they went, like, Cradle, oof, right? I don't even feel like I played this game badly. I just didn't draw... Like, I just... maybe I did. Maybe I was supposed to pitch differently on this chase. Or, like... I think bringing the Lurrus to my hand made sense, right? This is so frustrating. Alright, I guess. It's kind of gross. Why do my basics always get strip mined? Anyways. Swords. Balance. This might not even be a balance matchup. Prismatic ending. Needle. Tabernacle. Negations go away. I don't even think I care about, like, I'm just gonna take out Vault Key. And I'm not even gonna worry about getting Vigored. Like, I should just be able to beat this deck on just, like, swords and stuff, right? Kind of feels like I should be able to. Yeah, I do just want to have a balance. I probably don't want intuition. What if I just, like... What does this blue count look like now? 19. I don't even think Force is that good in this matchup. I don't really think Jailer is that good. I just kind of want to play, like... This is fine, I guess. Oh, yeah, okay, fair. Mulligan. Sure, that looks fine. If I just, like, double cast the swords, can we really lose? I wonder if I'm supposed to fetch underground Tundra here. Probably, because I have a Saga, right? Okay. All right, what do you see? Oh, strip mine. If I had fetched an island, I think I would have lost it. Oh, man. Am I getting upkeep vigored? That doesn't feel bad for me here. Interesting. I don't have a spell to double, huh? Is it better to play a second Spell Dancer or to play a Saga? They pitched Vigor, pitching Vigor, so I'm pretty sure this Saga is safe unless they have another Wasteland. So I guess we will just... It doesn't really matter. Oh, right. I can't play a Spell Dancer anyways. Because I lost my artifact mana. All right, I definitely think I want this Saga going then. I want to get mana. No. All right, they have the Wasteland. So they had Vigor, Strip Mine, Wasteland, but we have a 2/2, a 2/1 unblockable, I guess. I mean, if they have Bazaar at the end of this, that could be problematic. Okay, sure. Oh, how many free creatures do you have? Null Rod, Vengevine. I think I boarded pretty well for Null Rod. That's unfortunate. That would have been a really nice card to be able to play here. I'm a little scared here. My opponent just destroyed all of my lands, so. It's interesting that they would play Null Rod in their Collector Roof deck. Do you feel like this deck needs more Collector Roofs? Oh my god, they have a Memnite? Sure. Okay, so I need to draw Tabernacle or be able to cast Balance now? Even if I draw swords and double swords them, I'm still losing? Okay. Sure, I guess. Sure. Whatever, man. Sure. God, how good would that needle have been? All right, whatever. Let's go back to play real games. Okay, let's try this again with less dying to Bazaar. I have a cat. Sure. Seems fine. I'm sure I'll get strip mine for the third time in 3 rounds, right? Right? Wait, 3 rounds. It hasn't even been 2 rounds. So smart. Did you know that if you use Twitch Prime, you too will not see ads? And it's free if you have... What is it called these days? Prime? Might just be called Prime. I don't even know what the shill is anymore. Gush? Force? I mean, we're playing a slow game here, but we're playing a game. That's for sure. I guess it makes more sense to draw the Gush first. Hydrate. I guess I'll have to get some water. All right, what do you got for me, Eddie? Show me the business. So if my opponent presents something where I don't want to draw the fetch land, then I will just Merchant Scroll for Ancestral. But if my opponent presents something where I do want to draw the fetch land, which is probably likely, I will just cast an end-step Cathar Commando. Chalice on 1. I think I'm just going to play through this. Like, it is bad for me, but I don't really want to use a force on it, so. And I have a Cathar Commando if I need to kill it anyways. All right, I'm going to just pass. That way I can draw my fetch land here and maybe play this Cathar Commando. Sorcerer's Spyglass. All right, so I guess my Cathar Commando kill Chalice plan is off. So be it. Still a 3-1, right? It's got the big sword. All right, Cathar Commando has been named. Is this a wasteland, maybe? This is going to be probably a pretty long game of Magic, I would assume, between my deck being slow and not super powerful and my opponent's deck being slow and not super powerful. This Merchant Scroll can't get Ancestral anymore, so it probably will have to just end up getting a Dig Through Time at some point. My opponent maybe has a Wasteland, but doesn't want to play Wasteland into Gosh. Man, Saga's so good here. Normally, I would just Cathar Commando the Saga, but that doesn't seem like something that's going to happen now. So I could Demonic for a Wasteland, but I don't have the mana currently to do that. I don't play a Prismatic or I don't play a March in my deck. I do play a Needle. So I could Demonic for Needle and Needle. Oh, I can't Needle Saga. There's a Chalice on 1. I see. I actually can't ever play 1-drops again, right? Because they named Cathar Commando on this. Interesting. Okay, so where do I go from here? I am going to have problems with this Saga. Maybe I am supposed to just demonic for strip mine and just have to try to beat one saga token. I don't know. Because with the chalice on one, I can't really go for combo-oriented things. I just don't think that's like the angle I want. Like, I don't think forcing a spyglass with my opponent having 5 cards in hand is a thing I want to be doing. That's kind of the reason. But maybe I did need to, because that was my one way of killing a chalice on one, which I guess is a problem. I just felt like we could win through that and it wouldn't matter, but this is kind of an annoying spot. Okay, I'm gonna just demonic for strip mine. It's kind of awkward, but yeah, maybe I'm supposed to force one of these cards. I really didn't want to. Like, they can't really play a spell this turn unless they have workshop, right? Because they have to leave this tomb for the saga. The fact that Spyglass saw my hand and saw Commando is pretty sweet. Because you're never naming a Commando, right? Unless you know it's in my hand. I guess currently this thing will only be a 3/3, but it will quickly outgrow this Commando. But I guess that doesn't really matter if I get a Lurrus going, right? I don't know. I just feel like being the blue restricted spell deck, I should be able to not force the weaker pieces from shops and then just beat them with better cards. Maybe that's a hubris kind of. Right. That's kind of, I kind of, that is what happened. I was like, this chalice isn't a big deal because I have a Cathar Commando. This Spyglass isn't a big deal because it's just a Spyglass. And then they played a Saga, which made everything a big deal. But they didn't have a follow-up play here, which means maybe they're stuck with a bunch of Goloses in hand. That's a pretty good draw. I mean, they're pretty low life total. 13. So I kind of want them to trade here. I think that'd be a really good thing for me. Wow. Okay. I'm super on board with that. All right. So my tutored strip mine to kill their saga. And this probably means they don't have a second saga too, which is really nice. And then we'll get our Jace going and we have a lot of action. I don't know. This looks pretty good to me. Like, we just can force a Goldos or a Crucible. They still have 6 cards in hand, though. We do need to recoup our losses pretty soon. The good news is if their hand is, like, full of Wastelands, at least we have the Gush. If we ever draw Black Lotus and can get a Lurrus going, it seems pretty great. Yeah, that trade was definitely good for us. I can see why the opponent would want to make that trade, considering their life total and the pressure they're under, and they want to keep using their Ancient Tomb, but I feel like they I mean, I don't know. If I Demonic Tutor, it feels like if I'm on the other side of the table and my opponent Demonic Tutors and you've seen my hand, you can assume they're either getting a Saga answer or a combo, right? All right, Mox. Probably just drew that Mox for turn. It's a good sign for us. I assume they were going to play a Golos this turn. Like a Golos and a Wasteland is kind of what I'm thinking, but they do know about my Gush, so maybe they're not playing Wasteland because of that. It's not even that bad because setting me behind on 2 mana can be a strong play. No, I would just always strip mine that Saga. That Saga is really bad for me. Like, the deck I'm playing is the deck where Saga is at its best because I'm playing a slow, reactive, controlling deck. All right, I'm just going to get rid of the Merchant Scroll because I think having the Gush is better. Even though the Merchant Scroll can get us a dig through time, which we're actually almost doing. We have a Flashback Demonic off of our Jace, so... Okay, so they have they played a Thalarian Academy, so they didn't lose life. Okay, I mean, I like the spot we're in right now. Hit a land drop, so I don't want to gush. So I'm pretty sure what we're gonna do is just demonic for dig. I guess I can put a land in the yard. And then fetch another land. So what do I want a demonic for? Is dig just the best? Yeah, but I don't think giving them access to like a saga trigger is a good thing either. I mean, what I could actually get here is a spell dancer, right? Well, the merchant scroll is exiled, so I can't do that. The problem with spell dancer is if I have to force, like I want to gush probably. I think it's just better for me to get dig. Wait, if I get dig though, I'll have 1, 2, 3. I'll be able to keep Cathar Commando in my yard. I don't think I'm gonna get dig. I think I'm gonna get Spell Dancer. I do have an active Jace, and they're pretty low life total. So the problem with Lotus Lurrus is I'm still missing a mana to do it this turn, which makes me think it's not a good use of my mana. If my opponent casts something that I want to force, I do think I'm going to cast Gush first. Which is risky, but I think it's bad for me if I force pitching Gush, because then I actually have no good spell to cast off of... I guess I have Ponder still. Oh, second Saga here. So I have to beat these constructs. I can't stop these constructs. But I mean, they're at 11. Like if I can double up a... Oh my god. Okay. Well, that should just do it, right? All right, let's start by casting who? So if I cast Black Lotus and then Lurrus back Black Lotus, then I can double my Gush. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go Spell Dancer, Lurrus, Lurrus, Lotus, plus attack. Wow, this is so sick. This hits, remove the counters, and then go double Gush. Boom, boom. Oh my lord. How many fetchables do I have left? Is the answer 0? I think the answer is 0. So let's go Petal, Tundra, Lavinia. I don't have a third UC, do I? I want to double my dig through time, which maybe is greedy. Maybe I'll just hold the Lavinia so that I can hardcast Force. I mean, I don't need to double my dig through time because I do have a Jace to flashback and double Gush again. I guess I can just cast my dig through time at any point here. Nothing matters. Let's just play Lavinia, and I can like cast my dig through time, and then I can even give my dig through time flashback maybe. It's fine. I have a third UC in my list. No, I don't have a third UC in my list. Oh, it's only the second one. Okay, you're right. Okay, fair. So I probably should have fetched. Revoker. So this will just turn off my Jace. That's fine. I still have double dig through time. I guess I could turn off my Lotus right now if they want to. Oh, sure. That's fine as well. Ooh, Tabernacle. Okay. This doesn't matter, though. I guess maybe I don't even have to pay. I want to attack, though. Oh, I guess they have a Saga token. A new Jace. So I'm just going to attack and then double dig. Yeah, I haven't decided what I want to do with my Lurrus yet. I might want to put a Cathar Commando in play so I can use it as a chump blocker. So a lot of things that we can do here. I'd like to cast Time Walk this turn, but I don't think I'm going to have the mana to. Unless I Gush. I could just double Gush again. Doesn't seem terrible to double Gush and try to find Time Walk. Does Time Walk even win, though? It doesn't win on the spot. I don't care about losing my Jace. I don't really want to Gush again because I actually need to have mana. So let's just attack and double dig and set up for another turn. Yeah, I can't really do anything about the Tabernacle because I've already used my Strip Mine this game. I guess I didn't need to use that like that. That's fine. This. Oh, I guess I can get my Strip Mine back because I have Savine's Reclamation in my deck. I kind of just keep forgetting that I have Savine's Reclamation in my deck. I also have to remember I can't cast 1-drop spells. All right, 2 dig through times. So this is... Oh, right, I can hit Ruby. Okay. Oh, I'm so bad. All right, so I'm going to take Ruby, Savine's Reclamation, and then I'm looking for, like, Time Walk. Yeah, Time Walk plus... And then I can double Time Walk next turn, and that's just lethal. Okay, cool. All right, so now I just play all my things, cast Time Walk, and then on the next turn I Jace and I double Time Walk. Okay. Ooh, man, this deck is so spicy. Yeah, we can just pay for everything. I can get a Strip Mine on Tabernacle this turn, or even on Saga if I wanted to. So... Yeah, on this turn, I can just... it doesn't matter. Why am I thinking about this? Nothing I do matters here. I was pretty surprised they named Jace. Or sorry, I was pretty surprised they named Lotus. But I guess their plan was Tabernacle, so... Alright, so I'm going to flashback this Time Walk and give myself an extra 2 turns, and then attack all for lethal. Yeah. Woo! It does feel pretty cool. And it did take up a million turns, a million time. All right, so my opponent, I want Prismatic Ending, and I think I want access to a second swords, maybe even more swords. Hushbringer actually stops Golos. I don't know if that's actually good enough, but it's a creature, so it might be. Hercule's Recall is obviously great. Mindbreak Trap looks fine. Needle is probably reasonable. So all of these things look pretty reasonable. Terms of cards that don't look reasonable. Flusterstorm, Misstep. Maybe Lavinia on the draw. Probe. I don't think I'm gonna bring in Hushbringer. And I think this is too many swords. So what if we just do this? Seems fine. That was kind of fun. I would do that again. Is this a new brew? Not necessarily super new. Francis and I have been working on different kinds of this style deck for a while since Brian Kelly played it. Well, yeah, I mean, I unbk'd it. I certainly put effort into making it not completely a Brian Kelly deck. This is a pretty sweet hand. I have Bobble, Delta, Spell Dancer. Yeah, I mean, this looks fine. I could get blown out by some super powerful Shop Straw, but don't think I'm going to pass up this much mana. That I kid you not, I believe there was a Judge's Familiar in the main of this deck originally. All right, let's see what we got from our 7-card Shop's opponent's hand. Workshop, and how much? And Soul Ring, and what's the damage? What's the damage? Ooh, that is certainly some damage. I don't have a Fragmentize. I chose not to play Fragmentize. I chose to play Prismatic Ending, but now I might have to regret it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to power through a Mystic Forge. I'm probably going to need to combo kill my opponent, if I had to guess. And I believe the way I'm going to do that is by playing double Demonic Tutor for Volkey. That's my plan anyways. Hopefully we survive that long. I don't think we're going to. I don't even have a blue card force right now, which is kind of unfortunate. Uh-oh, they're going to put a Sphere Resistance into play. That's pretty bad for the home team, if I had to guess. I guess I also need a black source for my Demonic Tutor. Things are bad. Mystic Forge is a hell of a broken magic card. And they have a mental misstep in their deck? Ooh. Maybe I should be playing a Fragmentize. I don't know, man. I didn't like the idea of playing a Fragmentize, but it seems fine. Nettle Cyst and then Sphere. That's not the worst thing that ever happened to us. I guess they haven't played a land yet, so I shouldn't say that yet. Oh, they don't have another land? Oh, okay. Okay, all right, okay. It seems unlikely. Oh, they do have a land. I'm getting Bajuka bogged. All right, so I really want to draw a Mox here so that I can play a double spell off of our Spell Dancer. That's a Tundra, which is, quite frankly, not a Mox. I don't know if casting this Brainstorm is even good, but I'm going to do it anyways. Okay, so... we're just so far behind. Like, what is my plan? I didn't draw any fast mana here, and I think that will be a problem. Because what, like, they're going to cast so many things next turn. Can't really afford to get wastelanded either. Oh, okay. I guess we're going to need to draw Hurkyl's Recall, right? I think if we were on the play, everything would be fine. Because we would cast double Demonic on turn 2. But because we're on the draw, not fine. They have so much mana. Huh, that's fine. Sphere number 2? No, this is Chalice on 1. Okay. This is a 7/7. I guess I can get Lotus and Hurkyl's. Is Lotus Hurkyl's good enough? I won't be able to cast this Ancestral, though. Because I need 3 mana for double Demonic, 1 mana for Lotus, and 3 mana for Hurkyl's. I guess I can just wait on the Hurkyl's. Maybe. Yeah. So I can go... Yeah. I can go double Demonic. I really was looking for a way to win here, but I guess we have to do a way to not die. There might be a better line than this, but this is fine. All right, so if I don't die from this attack, then and I'm allowed to end step Hurkyl's, I mean, I think we probably win. We'll just get to cast double Ancestral. But if they make a big enough attacker that I have to Hurkyl's, things could get pretty awkward real quick. Trying to beat a Mystic Forge is so hard. Like, fairly. Trying to fairly beat a Mystic Forge is so difficult. And they haven't even found multiple spheres yet. All right, they keep hitting lands off their Mystic Forge, which is nice for us. They don't have that much mana. Like, they are underneath their own sphere as well. No, they have a misstep exiled to Mystic Forge. Ooh, not a lethal attack? I'm all about not a lethal attack. Wow, that's so good for us. They actually have to make a they have to float the mana right now and then make a contract at the end of the turn. Because they that's funny. Okay. And we didn't get wastelanded. And they have to discard to hand size. All right, so how good is double ancestral? Let's find out together. Then I guess I can needle saga maybe. So I don't have to beat one construct. Well, I guess it all depends on what this ancestral draws. Time Walk is the best draw in our deck, right? Yeah, Time Walk is probably just a win on the spot. Oh, well, that certainly makes things awkward and interesting. I do not have a big enough brain to figure out what the best way to double intuition here is. If I had a Jace, it would be pretty easy, because then I can just intuition for Time Walk and flip my Jace. I can cast Lurrus this turn? I don't even have 6 mana. How am I doing that? If I had the Black Lotus in one of my piles, this might be better. But, like, it's not like I can intuition and then, like, Savine's Reclamation everything back. It will put, like, Vault Key in my yard, which might be good. I'm just gonna double Ancestral. I'm not sure there's a good intuition line here. There definitely may be. But I don't know what it is. So I will just draw 6, and we will reevaluate after that. Same targets, please. We hit the Time Walk. So now we can go Jace Time Walk, and we're just winning. All right, sweet. Let's Time Walk first so we don't get Mind Break trapped. I don't even need a construct, do I? I mean, I guess I just win. Yeah, I mean, what I'm going to do is not make a construct. I'm going to play a Jace. That way, next turn, I can flip my Jace, attack, and then double Time Walk, and then have lethal. Spell Dancer, baby. Spell Dancer. We double DT, double Ancestral, double Time Walked in this game. I like this card, man. This card is sweet. Okay, round 3, Vintage Challenge. Let's see if we can double some more spells. I have this cat. I have no mana. Well, technically I have a mana. A fleeting moment in time. I might keep this hand on a draw sometimes, but I'm just going to mulligan this. Wow, this hand is so bad. All right, we're keeping that. It's got a force, right? How bad can it be? And I can look and see what my top card is and fetch or not fetch. Yeah, it do be like that. Yeah, I would never keep that first hand. No shot. Ooh, they're mulliganing, but that might mean they're on Bazaar and everything's bad for me. See what happens. This deck is not very good against Bazaar. Apparently. I definitely do not want a Tundra. Guess I'm going to fetch a basic island. Okay. All right. That's a plan. Respectable. There's a plan in motion. It's not a great plan. It's a slow plan. It's a plan. They did mull to 5, so maybe we have game here. Basic planes go. Uh-oh. Well, I'm going to make you have a wasteland. You don't have a wasteland, things are bad for you. If you do have a wasteland, they're probably fine. Wasteland or bust. Yep, they have wasteland. Okay. Rest in peace, hopes and dreams. But it does mean that they didn't play anything this turn, so small victory. Ooh. I don't actually know if this is good because they already haven't played their fast mana, but I kind of like it. Turns off a lot of their best draws to like play a really powerful thing this turn. Oh, okay. Wasteland Dahlia. I think I'm just gonna force the Thalia. Bluster is a shitty draw. Oh, I get another force, so that's nice. So I guess what I should do is just cantrip this bauble. They're drawing Black Lotus. Look at that. I'm so smart, chat. Nice Black Lotus. Got him. I'm going to be pretty far away from casting my Lurrus, but... Turned off Black Lotus. God bless. And pass? And no Wasteland? Oh, baby. Things are working well for the home team. I would like my cat. If I can get this cat in play. Should I play around Containment Priest? Nah. Nah, man. No shot. Now they're in like a really risky situation where if they don't Wasteland, they could get Lurrus, but if they do Wasteland, they're at no mana. I don't think I want to skip my turn yet. All right. I would have hit Lurrus. The minute I hit Lurrus and I have keep a Lavinia in play, this game is going to be really hard for them. Though Krakus is a very good draw for them for sure. But if I can get a Lurrus going with a bauble, oh boy. That would be nice. And at any point, I can draw Key as well. Why would I skip a turn? To have an extra turn? Not saying it's good. Oh, Ancient Tomb is probably their best draw on their deck. I have to counter anything they play here, probably. I don't think I have to counter that. I might anyways. I think I'm just going to counter it anyways because of the life totals and Ancient Tombs. Savine's Reclamation. Now, what does that get us? Saga Gaming? Could also just get us another white source for later. I think we just go Saga Gaming here. We are actually 1 mana away from... Oh, no, we actually can flash it back and get back 2 white sources if we want to. All right, do you have an initiative creature here? It's about time. I guess we are also threatening Key again. Oh, wow. That is really good. Because they get to kill my Saga, and then I actually can't flashback Savine still. Oh, this wasn't a Wasteland. I guess it'd be very hard for them to still have a Wasteland. All right, we just want to hit mana. Even colorless mana lets us play Reclamation. Merchant Scroll. Yeah, I guess that's acceptable. Saga or Spelled Answer? There's a Gush. I just think Gush is worse there. I want to build out my mana. Because I have a Savines. I'm going to play a Spelled Answer. So I am threatening Savines. I'm threatening Lurrus. Yeah, I understand the argument for Gush. I just don't think it has a lot of merit. I think I want to get mana in play. Sure. I guess it's kind of unlikely I'm going to double spell here, but unblockable 2/2 is really important as well. Unblockable 2 damage is important as well. Oh, so that almost gets to double spell. So, I mean, I can just play Lurrus anyways, right? So if I just go Pearl 5 mana for Lurrus and then replay Bauble. I can't flashback Reclamation, but I don't need to right now. Oh, yeah. They're just getting absolutely buried. All right, so I can like double Reclamation next turn and get back 4 permanents if I want to. Flusterstorm doesn't do anything. All right, cool. Did we double spell in that game? We gotta keep track here. What did we double in that game? Nothing? Nothing. We didn't double anything. I only get back 3. If you count, you're right. I probably only get back 3. True. All right, so I get to bring in Swords, Balance, Hushbringer. Probably not Prismatic Ending. We can think about Prismatic Ending. And then we're going to take out Flusterstorm, Needle, Misstep. I don't think I care about like fighting the Swords to Plowshares War. Lavinia's pretty bad. I do think I want to keep in negation for fast mana though. Maybe like fighting over fast mana is not what this deck wants to do per se. But I think it's still fine. Maybe I should have access to a needle. Really don't feel like that's how you want to fight the matchup either. This Prismatic Ending does give me an additional answer to Chalice. Maybe I just play less negation. I mean, quite a good hand. It'll be probably interesting to see what we have force in this game, but okay. What I mean, a Chancellor reveal is a Chancellor reveal. They're down to 5. All right, no Chancellor 5-card hand. That is one of the downsides of this mono white deck, is you do have to rely heavily on mulligans. I'm just gonna force this. I can't let them just go like Mana Crypt Cavern. I swear, chat, I'm not that bad at this game. Sometimes I might even be good at this game. I think I'm gonna probe. They had Pearl. Oh. Interesting. Okay. I actually might have to just counter the Pearl, right? Because I can't... It's going to take me forever to get to Swords mana. Maybe I don't even care. Yeah. Yeah, I just like immediately fetched Island because I saw Wasteland, but didn't really think this through. This deck does not have basic planes. Not that that would be very helpful anyways. Yeah, I kind of pinhold my pinhold. I kind of messed myself up there. That was a bad play. I should have fetched Tundra, and then I wouldn't have to have forced that. Pigeonhole. I mean, it's fine. Should I just play this Hushbringer? I think I'm just gonna play the Hushbringer so that they can't. Like, if they want to, yeah. Well, maybe this like gets me killed if they like Wasteland and draw Lotus or something. But this at least turns off all of their initiative creatures and their Solitude. All right, they're off it. They didn't hit a mana source. Yeah, I played this game badly. I think I should have fetched Tundra. That way the Pearl... I don't know. Like, maybe countering the Pearl itself is fine, not me. Because then they just don't have other white sources. Like, if my opponent hadn't played Cavern and had played Pearl after Crypt, I probably would have forced it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this fetch basic plan. I don't even think forcing the Pearl is bad if I didn't. If I did fetch bait, like if I fetch Tundra, I might still force the Pearl. I don't know. We'll take it though. Okay, here we go. Round 4, Vintage Challenge up against Masakataro, who was last seen playing Dredge. I only have just a Needle and a Strip Mine in my main. This is a hand that I am willing to keep on the back of a Brainstorm here. Please to God, do not mental misstep me. All right, my opponent has mulligan to 4. My opponent has mulligan to 3. My opponent has mulligan to 2. I still don't know if we beat Dredge 2-card hand, to be perfectly honest. So my opponent has kept their 2-card hand. The good news is my brainstorm is likely to resolve. The bad news is I still was able to draw 2 lands off of my brainstorm. How do I do this every single time? I might lose this game. My brainstorm was really bad. I need to draw some power, probably. For no Dredger is good for me. No Dredger is very good for me. No Dredger is definitely good for me. We just need to draw any kind of spell we want to duplicate. Depends on if my opponent's Bizarre Activation hits a Dredger, things get rough. But if my opponent's Bizarre Activation does not hit a Dredger, then we might have a couple extra turns. They chose not to activate their Bizarre. Interesting. I don't really think I like that. Are you supposed to activate this Bizarre before on your upkeep or no? Wizard? They did hit a Dredger. All right, spell? Double spell? Flusterstorm is not a double spell. Oh boy. Pretty sure they're supposed to activate on their upkeep so they can hit a Dredger for their Drudge step. Draw step. Maybe I'm supposed to hold that. I know is we have a couple draw steps still, but not we don't have that many draw steps that we can be happy right now. They did hit a Dredger, but they hit their worst Dredger, so we'll see what happens. I expect a Bizarre activation here. All right, Dredge 3, hit a Golgari Grave Troll. Okay. And this will bring back Silver Smoke Ghouls. Okay, so we have like 1 or 2 draw steps now. They hit a Golgari Grave Troll on their Dredge 3, so. All right, so this is going to bring back 2 Silver Smoke Ghouls and 2 Prized Amalgams, and they have an Icarid. And they should have attacked, probably. All right, we need to draw a spell that doubles. Like, there are so many spells that win the game. Please. That is a spell that wins the game, I believe. As long as I can cast it. I thought we were going to lose this game on my opponent's molded 2. We might still lose this game, I guess. I don't think my double dig through time can fail here, but it could, I guess. You don't have that much mana, but we guess we do have 2 dig through times, so. Quick, we gotta write it down. Dig through time. All right, dig through time number 1. Survey finds Time Walk Intuition. That should do it. And survey number 2 finds Time Vault Lotus. Sure. when you look at 14 cards, I mean, I have a Flusterstorm to beat Trap too, but they have a Dredger in their hand, so. Okay. We barely got by against Dredge's Molded 2, but the good news is we have Jailer, Lantern, Needle, Tabernacle, Balance, Swords, Flusterstorm. I think we just, like, get rid of Forces. I'm not sure. We can get rid of Cathar Commando and Negation and Gush and I don't know. I feel like I don't really need Forces here, right? Maybe I do. I don't have ley lines. I mean, my Dredge opponent molded 2 is the only reason we won. But we'll take it. I don't know. Mental Misstep is bad. Jace seems bad. I don't think Jace is that bad here. I don't think I want extra swords, though. So maybe I'll just take out this, and I'll just keep these forces. And maybe we do trim like a spell. I mean, I think Spell Dancer is worse than Jace. I mean, maybe we just trim one of each anyways. I mean, Savine's... Actually, Savine's looks kind of good here. Yeah, something like this seems fine. If we draw land, this hand's quite good if my opponent doesn't have a grief. Maybe this hand's just good. I mean, this hand is only good if my opponent doesn't have a grief. My opponent has a grief, what happens? I still get to go Needle Bobble. I'm gonna keep this hand. My opponent exiled a 6-card Serum Powder and kept on 6. I don't have anything that clears the graveyard, but no Dredger off of this, so they must have... Oh, they have Grief. Okay. Unfortunately, they can go Icarid Amalgam next turn, which is probably beating my Needle Lavinia hand anyways. That's kind of unfortunate. We do have... I guess we don't have Merchant Ancestral if they take my Black Lotus. I mean, it's kind of a hard choice from the opponent's side. Like, what do you take, Needle or you take Lotus? I would just take Lotus. I think you're beating Needle. No, they're taking Needle. Okay. They still might have a Force in their hand. Soul Guide Lantern. Interesting. All right, I think I'm gonna go blue mana, Merchant Ancestral. I think that's better than showing them I have Lantern right now. Intuition, no. Obviously, I'm running into Mind Break Trap and Mental Misstep and everything, but I think it's fine. Okay. Unfortunately, I drew the Island, which I like to cut a lot. So I can't play this Lavinia. But I can at least take this Icarid. Vigor. Don't think I'm gonna hold the island to try to balance away the Bazaar or anything like that. Okay. If they have a Vigor, I can just cantrip or hit their graveyard. Okay. Reclamation. Wow. If I can hit a white mana and get back my needle. All right, we knew they drew a Force of Vigor, and now they're going to activate their Bazaar and keep 2 cards in hand. They kept the Vigor in their hand and didn't hit a Dredger. So that leads me to believe they might have Vigor green card here. If they are to Vigor my Lantern, would I cantrip my Lantern or would I hit their graveyard? They have an Icarid and an Amalgam, so I'd probably just hit their graveyard. Looks like they're going to Vigor me. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't have... I mean, I'm going to have to hit their graveyard in response to the Icarid anyways. I'm trying to think if I can get away with sacking my Lantern to draw a card. And I think the answer to that question is no, because I get hit for 3 and they get to keep an Amalgam. So... Sure. Fetch is our best draw. Bro! That card's so good. They do have their Sickening Shoal, but it's probably their only Sickening Shoal. Seeing if I can get them to activate this Icarid first, or activate this Bazaar first, but they didn't bite. All right, well, they have a fresh Bazaar, 2 cards here in their upkeep. No, why do they keep not doing that? They're supposed to activate this Bazaar in their upkeep. Okay. All right, fetch land is winning. Okay, that's fine. I just don't know if this is going to be good enough now. See what they hit. Oh, they hit Hollow One Force. Okay, that's good. Activate upkeep. No activation and upkeep again. I think you're supposed to activate an upkeep, like I said. Just looking for a fetch. Island or Sapphire. This is fine, right? Because this just goes Savine's Reclamation Needle. I could get back Jet. I could get back Lotus and then play Jailer. That's got to be better, actually. Yeah, that's got to be better. They can't counter anything, so this is going to be a Resolve Jailer, and I don't think they can beat a Resolve Jailer from here. Cool. All right. Yeah, I think that's a concede angle. We can like get our Lurrus and then start buying everything back, and the game will be over too. Now they're upkeep activating? Very, very interesting. Yeah. I don't really like I don't think I like the points my opponent chose to activate their Bazaar, but really liking a nice Jailer. We take it. Okay, here we go. 5th out of 6 rounds. I've got a cat. Do you have a cat? Ooh, 2 cats. Jeskai versus Esper Lurrus. Wait, their cat's over on this screen. Here, let's bring their cat over here, and my cat can be over here. They're buddies. All right. Jeskai control. versus Esper BPK, I guess. I don't know what you call this deck. Esper Combo? Esper Lurrus? I don't know, man. Spell Dancer versus Spell Dancer action. Slasher acting like I wouldn't just mental misstep it. I don't think I'm going to mental misstep this because I want to protect my Jace from a Swords or a Pyroblast. Slasher, did you register the Broken Initiative Tinker deck today? Is that what happened? Is that why you O1 dropped? You did not play today. Someone else just played under your name. I understand. This is interesting. Do I want to fetch for a basic island? I don't think so. Well, it does put me closer to gushing. Okay, I think I'll get a basic island. Do they see my hand? I can't see if they targeted me or not. Well, they're just forcing it? Force pitching third class Iconoclast? Third path Iconoclast? I kind of want to force back. Seems fine. They just gonna force again? All right. I don't want to force back. That's 4 cards for my 3 cards. No, it's yeah. All right. I'm so surprised they went with. I just assumed they had no removal. I mean, it must be they have no removal, right? Like if I force their threat here, who's winning? Well, I'm forcing this. All right, they have 1 card in hand. I have 1 card in hand. We have the same amount of mana. A jet is fine because it almost lets us Lurrus. Very close to Lurrus. All right, Lurrus. If I can go Lurrus Jace next turn, that would be pretty sweet. 1, 2. Come on, come on, come on. Fetch. Ponder. All right, ponder. All right, fair enough. Mystic Sanctuary, go. Fetch. Vampiric Tutor. Maybe I'm supposed to. I don't know what I'm supposed to vamp here, because now I can get negated hardcast. So what do I get on this vamp? I guess I'm getting nothing. I think this is fine, though. Maybe this is fine. Fetch? No! I just want to go Lurrus Jace, win the game. Why are you like this? Lurrus in hand. All right. Yeah. They can't cast their Lurrus either. All right, drew a new Jace. All right, I got a Jace anyways. What a weird game. Both of us have Lurrus, but neither of us can cast Lurrus. No, you jerk. All right, if they have a removal spell for my Jace here. If they don't have a removal spell for Jace, that's pretty good for us. Okay. Let's see. I guess the answer is we activate our Jace. Brainstorm. All right. I don't think this is a good Jace matchup, Slasher. They have like 4 swords, 4 Pyroblast. I don't think this is a good Jace matchup. Jace was really good against Shops. That was pretty good. So am I going to flashback Ponder here? Or am I going to cast Brainstorm? I think I'm going to flashback Ponder. That doesn't count. Yeah, nothing counts for you. Just like you going 0-1 doesn't count as playing. Is this a keep? This kind of looks like a keep, right? We get to probe them and see what their other card is, and we can force Lurrus. It doesn't get us to Lurrus. I want to play Lurrus this turn. But I feel like it's better than random cards, right? And then we can hardcast Negation too. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this. Lurrus Sapphire. Okay. All right, so this is a good spot to be in. Like, I don't even think I have to do anything. I think I can just plus play my Sapphire, hold open, negation, force. I don't think we have to do anything. Could always lose our Jace and get a probe. I think I'm just going to cash this in. Seems like a good use of mana. Lavinia. Why are none of our spells castable? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cash this. Well, I could just cast Brainstorm, right? I kind of want to just cast Probe. I want to go like Lurrus Jace this turn. I'm gonna cast Probe. I don't know if that's right though. Oh, they drew swords. Okay. Am I casting this Brainstorm? I guess I am. All right. So if I put back Commando Bobble, no, I want to put back Commando Merchant and then play C, play Bobble, play Lurrus, play Bobble, force swords. It's probably fine. I guess we get to see what their top card is as well. Like, even if they play a Lurrus, they don't have anything in their yard, whereas we have Jace and Bobble. So we draw Merchant, Cathar Commando. Just fine, I guess. If they top deck like a second sword, it's kind of bad. I guess we have to see what their top deck is. Man, that is really good. Should I just wait and force the expressive iteration? Do we think like expressive iteration is... Man, I don't know. How like expressive iteration has got to be their best card right now, right? If I just hold on to my Lurrus for a turn, does that really harm me? I get to go Ancestral next turn. I can find another counterspell or something. Yeah, I'm gonna not play into this. And I'm going to just force the expressive iteration. I could also just go Lurrus Jace. And then I have double Ancestral as well. Maybe this is like too conservative, but I mean, I know this resolves, which is really nice. Oh, can I go for an intuition line? It's got to be worse than just getting Ancestral. Yeah, that's got to be game, right? Why not pitch and not that we didn't have 5 mana? Am I wrong? I didn't think we had 5 mana. I mean, I might have just missed it. Pretty sure we had 4 mana. Chat always makes me like very doubt myself. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I didn't have 5 mana. All right. So I didn't hit what I was looking for. So I guess I'm just getting my Lurrus swords, right? I mean, it's probably worth it to get a Jason play with an Ancestral in my yard, so. Like, there's no timing window where I don't get a Jace, so I think it's worth. All right, my Lurrus is gone. I have a Jace and a Pearl, and they have a Lurrus and a Sapphire, and they don't have the mana to cast Lurrus yet. So what is their top deck after Expressive Iteration? They top deck second Swords? Okay. This is why I thought it was weird they double forced the Jace in the beginning of the game. All right, we could lose this game now. Never mind, we can't lose this game now. I'm going to cast Intuition. And I'm going to put Vault Key Reclamation. Vault Key Reclamation. And then I can just return to Larian Academy, and whatever they don't take, anything we do should win here. Even if they do the perfect pile, I think with the Pearl in my yard, I still will win no matter what. Or with my in my hand, because I have the time to Larian Academy. So even if they were to like give me Time Vault and then I just pay 5 mana and bring back Key and Academy. So like I think even without this Pearl, I might just beat every possible combination here. Key, Academy. That was pretty sweet. Yo, what up? Do you know if Hobes is still canceling it with the weather?
I think so.
I think so. Hi. How's your morning? Went for a hike? In the rain?
Yeah, it's nice.
Impressive. All right, so if I'm playing against Jeskai, swords I want, ending I want, lantern I want, flusterstorm I want, and then maybe balance, maybe trap, and then we wanna. Oh, they're a breach deck. Interesting. I didn't know that. I don't think we care that much about that. I still don't know. I don't think this is like a negation matchup. It doesn't feel like a negation matchup. I don't feel like this is like a Thar Commando matchup. This doesn't look like a Needle matchup. This doesn't... I don't really think we need a Vamp in this matchup. I don't like the idea of Strip Mine very much. And then... Man, I just think Lavinia is like so medium. Excuse me. Medium. I mean, negations are good, but they're on one breach. Like, am I really keeping negation in for one breach? I just don't even think that's good. Like, negation isn't that good against my opponent's deck. It's good against what? Gush, Time Walk. I guess it's like okay against Expressive Iteration, but even then you're trading down. Like, I'm not really convinced that you really want negations here. Well, my first instinct is I want to get these cards. Jailer does not do anything. I think indexing on breach would be overdoing it. I don't like. They have one breach. It's a value extra thing for them. We do have a Soul Guide Lantern in our deck that we can tutor for. I don't think I care much about the one breach. I think this is how I'm going to play this out. Like, my opponent's deck is mostly a creature deck. Without, like, Dread Horde or Spell Dancing, like, their deck is, like, very weak. All right, I have a cat. Do you have a cat? You have a cat. We have a cat. Everyone's got cats. I've got Force. This hand's, like, fine. I don't think this hand's particularly great, but I think it doesn't seem like a keep to me. We do need to make sure we don't get wastelanded out of these games. That's something to keep in mind. What's up? We are 3-1 in round 5 of 6. You were looking for the little thing that says it. It doesn't appear.
I know, it's in your overlay.
So it looks like they hit the Moxen, so they get to play a turn 1 creature, which is pretty bad for us, I would say. Oh. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna force this. It's not a huge deal, but it's just annoying enough. I do have a wasteland. I probably will leave that force. If 3 cards in hand. I'm gonna need to have a swords or a force for this Lurrus when it comes time. Because it's pretty hard to ending a Lurrus. I can ending a Lurrus. I have a bunch of off-color Moxen, but... Okay, another Moxen from our opponent. Does it mean they're not gonna put Lurrus in their hand? That probably means they have swords or fluster or something. Well, I'm gonna play this Jace for sure. I'm gonna lose my Tundra to do it. Maybe I should just probe them. Cruise Lavinia Fluster. So they chose to hold up Fluster? Interesting. Like, I'm not gonna win this battle over this Cruise anyways, right? They're gonna have Cruise with Fluster backup, so it's just better for me to play the Jays. Oh, they're gonna play Lavinia? Even better. Sure. They can't play this Cruise unless they draw a land. Nice. Well, they have Fluster right now. So what do I want to do? I could double swords if I hit a fetch. I don't really care about the Lavinia, though. Interesting. I'm just going to pitch the Reclamation. I know... Yeah, it's just fine. I'm just going to be too far behind to get a resolved counter on this cruise, it looks like. So best not to worry about it. Man, that's such a good draw. Because that makes their cruise cost 1 mana, and they get to see my hand. Is there any upside to... I mean, now the storm count is super high as well. Yeah, this is such a good draw for them. I don't think we're winning this game. My opponent had a little bit too much fast mana. I mean, I feel like we just get the Flusterstorm out of their hand here. And then we can always remove the Lavinia with the swords. Or the Prismatic Ending. It's really rough. Our opponent drew 3 cards, but oh no, are we going to get Pyroblasted? Wait, hold on. F3, 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 F3. I do want to make sure I can mental misstep paying for Pyroblast. All right, another Mystic Sanctuary draw. Okay, no, friend. No. No shot that works. So... I think I'm just going to ending the Lavinia. Well, I want to use my Jace because they can have more Pyroblasts, right? I guess I don't have to do anything to it. I can just plus it and get a Lurrus into my hand. The only problem with that is if they have another Pyroblast. Definitely will regret it if they have another Pyroblast, but it just feels like the best use of my mana. This is an expressive iteration. Yeah. It's not like I'll have a blue card to pitch to force here anyways. This is like a big reason. Well, I guess if I had negation, it would be better than force here. Fair. I don't have anything to bring back with this Lurrus, though. And even if I did, I would probably have to be able to kill this first, Dreadhorde. Well, now I'm kind of happy because I do need to kill a Dreadhorde. Though I don't have double white, which is, I guess, unfortunate as well. They have 1 card left. They have 2 cards left. I guess I can just plus on the Dreadhorde. So that doesn't actually matter. Sapphire. So I think what I want to do is ending the Lavinia. They drew another Fluster? Wow. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to plus on the Arcanist so it can't flashback Pyroblast. And then I am going to cry. Like the minute I go for the swords, I get murdered. Oh, come on, man. Opponent has top decked way too well in this game. All right. I definitely regret my decision to put Lurrus in my hand when I could have removed the Lavinia. Not that I don't think it changes anything, but I mean, top decking Merchant Scroll here was the death nail, probably. I like they could have top decked land or something, but they have all 3 Mox and Lotus. Sure. So now they can put Lurrus in their hand, Lotus, play and bobble. Good God. Yeah. I mean, we just got murdered by Flusterstorms. Pretty gross. They have a needle? All right, okay. That's game. Did I bring in balance? I didn't bring in balance. Balance would be pretty good here. I also no longer have ending for needle. Maybe I'll keep in the Cathar Commando. All right, I'm going to go to the next game here instead of losing too much clock. I think I want Cathar Commando. Maybe balance would have been better. I kind of just want balance too. I think these Lavinia is just not good. Like, Lavinia is good against me, but against them, I don't think Lavinia is actually good. Let's do that. We kind of needed to be on the play in that game as well. Got a wee bit buried. I don't really think you want negation over will because, like, some of the best things to counter are their creatures and their Lurrus. All right, let's try this again. I have a cat. You have a cat. Oh. Oh my. That is certainly an all-in hand that I don't think I would normally really want to play as against or play with against Jeskai, but at least we get to probe and then make a choice. My opponent kept Preordain, Tarn, Iconoclast, Gust, Arcanist. Do we win? If we go... If we go Fetch, Petal, Lotus, Crack, Lotus... Hold on. If we go Fetch, Petal, Lotus, Crack, Lotus, Savine's Lotus, Crack, Lotus, Fetch, and Petal, and then Savine's back, Lotus, Fetch. Doesn't actually give me any extra mana. If I just Intuition for Ancestral... if I Intuition for Ancestral, I don't have like a Soul Ring and a Key. if I go Lotus Petal fetch, Lotus Savines, back a Lotus, crack everything, and Savines back, Lotus fetch. I'm just trying to figure out a way I can get Lurrus in play. I'm 1 mana short of Lurrus. Nothing gives me the extra mana for Lurrus, right? I think I should just cast Intuition then. So what is my Intuition pile? Ancestral, Manifold Key, and what is another card I could get here? Academy? If they preordain or draw into a force... like, what about just a Sapphire or a Pearl? If I go Ancestral Key Pearl and they give me Key, I go Tundra Key Lotus Go. If they give me Pearl, I can go Tundra Lotus Savines Reclamation or something. Saga. Well, Saga's no good because it can't get Key if I fetch Key. So I don't really like Saga. It doesn't fetch me Key or Lotus, so like what's that good for? I think if I get a Pearl and they give me Pearl or they give me Key. If they give me Key, I go Land, Tundra, Key. And then on the next turn I have Time Vault, and if they don't draw Force of Will. Obviously if they draw Negation, I just lose on the spot. I don't have enough mana. I can't be taking Flusterstorm. I think I just get... and if they give me Pearl, I can still reclaim stuff. I think Pearl is better than Soul Ring. Is that true or false? No, you're right. Soul Ring might be better than... because then I just play a Time Vault on turn 1. Yeah, Soul Ring is probably better than Pearl. All right, so I'm going to go Ancestral Key Soul Ring. And now my opponent chooses one of these cards. One goes in my hand, the rest go in my graveyard. Ancestral is just a card they can't give me. If you can think of a third card that we want that is not bad, then I'm down. But I just don't know what that would be. Soul Ring. So now I go Tundra, Soul Ring. Do I still have any reclamation lines? Back a Lotus? No. I'm not sure this was the best possible line, because now they have Fetch, Preordain, and try to find a Force, right? They also can beat me with a Flusterstorm. But I'm actually close to Lurrus as well. No, I can pay for a Flusterstorm, but I can't activate this turn. I mean, they have to find Force. They went bottom. They went top. I guess that means they found Force, right? Well, if it's negation, it saves them for more than a turn. Yeah, they found Force of Will. Okay, I can't buy my Lurrus this turn. Will they pitch to Force of Will? Preordain? So they need another counterspell. They do have Gush. Dreadhorde Gush, I guess. Oh, come on! Okay. So now this game is really hard. Now this game is really hard. So a land gives me Lurrus. I also have Flashback Reclamation. This is super bad now. I went all in on a Volt Key line and they hit Force Prismatic Ending. Maybe that was a huge mistake. Oh, I gotta play faster, so I'm just gonna start making plays. Swords. I'm just gonna get Lurrus into my hand. I think it's better than flashing back Reclaim here. All the Reclaim does is get me a Lotus. And here I can at least answer their first play. They do have a Gush, though. I think I have to Swords this Iconoclast, right? Feels right. This is a frustrating game. See what we can do here. I have to play a fair game now. And I have to do it in 4 minutes. I'm gonna have to go back and look at why fetch before Bobble, because I'm always I was planning on casting Savines was why. I was planning on using my mana, so I wanted to know what my card was. That didn't end up happening, but that was why. Think they drew another Force of Will here. Flusterstorm. That's so bad for me. Oh no. Now I can't protect my Lurrus. Yeah, I mean, I understand the scry thing. Oh, they fetched it away. Okay. I just thought I was going to use all my mana. I decided not to. All right, so now it's Dreadhorde Arcanist. That's fine. I'm going to just Swords it now so I can't get negated. Spell Dancer is a good draw. Just trying to cantrip Baubles here. Then we can maybe double flashback a Reclamation or something. They're drawing another Flusterstorm. That's good to know. I have to play really fast. I don't have a lot of time. Red, blue, iteration, sure. I just spent too much time thinking about like what's the best deterministic line off intuition, and I don't know. I probably punted it, right? Maybe there was a better card than Ancestral that I could have taken. I don't know. Bobble for them, sure. I do have a Lurrus going right now, and I have a Spell Dancer. They have to hit a land for Fluster. They're gonna not use Fluster. Okay. That's really bad for them, right? Didn't they have a Fluster? Oh, they drew their own misstep. Okay, that's fine though, because I just rebuy a Spell Dancer. I sure hope we have enough plays here. Oh, wait. It's better just to do a reclamation instead. Reclamation this. And bobble. And then replay bobble. I don't know if I want another fluster. I don't think I do. Now I don't have a spell dancer target, but I think that's fine. Saga is pretty good. Jace is great. They might need a needle bobble here. This is also unblockable. Notable. Lurrus in hand? Sure. Are you going to needle or no? No needle? Interesting. Dancer. Jace. Bobble. I also have a manifold key. I can make something unblockable if I need to. They need so many things. Oh, they have that. What does that get them? Right, I did know they have that. I mean, it maybe gets them a prismatic ending or a pyroblast. That's not good enough, though, right? My Lurrus just got too much value. I still have a Saga, even if they were to like wipe my board somehow, which I don't think they have the capability to do unless they have like a balance, which is not even that big a deal. Lose their hand. Yeah, they can gush, I guess. Sure. Doesn't seem like that's good enough either. They need to have, I mean, I guess maybe they gush into multiple swords might be enough. Like swords, Lurrus, swords. They still need to beat a Saga too. So they need to gush into swords and Wasteland. Am I supposed to Flusterstorm the gush? Does it matter? They have a Flusterstorm of their own. I can't really afford to spend too much time Flusterstorming something. Probably just supposed to Flusterstorm a white removal spell if I can find one. I mean, they could play their own Lurrus here, right? That's also a blocker. They found a Black Lotus. That gives them a ton of mana. That could be bad if they go Lurrus, bring back Lotus. I swords Lurrus. That's pretty bad for me. I actually don't need... Yeah, I do need a swords Lurrus. Oh, sure. Needle on my Jace. Or Needle on my Saga. Oh, right. They have an answer to Saga. I mean, they might have to Needle Jace if they don't have a removal spell, though, right? They just use their white mana. They Needle Jace. Oh, they have a Wasteland for Saga. Okay. I don't currently have a spell to double anymore. Not that that beats the Flusterstorm anyways. I'm just going to key my Lurrus. GG. Let's go. I thought we were doomed in that game after the start. We spent so many cards to go for the vault key just to get completely destroyed. Yeah, we could commando the needle. True. If this didn't work somehow, we could just go commando needle and then flashback ancestral or swords or something. Wow, that game was wild. That game was completely wild. See you in a minute and a half for the final round. Okay, here we go. 6th and final round versus the very powerful Medvedev. I don't exactly know what they'll be on. Could be Jewel, could be Oops, could be Shops. I got a cat. What do you got? They got something. Maybe they've got... They must have a cat, right? They couldn't have an otter, right? There's no way. Oh, they are an otter gamer? We got otter versus cat action? All right. I assume that means they're the combo deck. The Reduke combo deck. I'm just going to go turn 1 Saga and hold open Fluster Force. I guess I should have played my pedal first in case I get Vigored here. I guess if I get Vigored here, I don't really care, huh? No, Reed just made like a Grixis Tinker deck that has Lutri in it. It's very much you just play the cards that you like. The deck builds itself. You just pick the best 60 Grixis cards or whatever. You just don't get 4 forces, so. This is looking like Justin tries to control the game until I play Vault Key and win. Yeah, Underground Sea. Okay, go. And maybe that means they have their 1 Flusterstorm or Spell Pierce. I think for me, that means I don't want... Oh. Yeah, this seems like a pretty reasonable just fluster it. Hopefully we draw a blue card. Did not draw a blue card. So what do we do now? I'd like to be able to win the game next turn. Like, they only have 1 negation, 1 force, right? But we don't have force up. We could just spin and look for a blue card, and then on our next turn... I kind of just want to go for Vault Key. We can, like, drop blind into a blue card, maybe. Is that so greedy? Feels greedy. It's just like the deck has 2 forces in it. And I can still blind into a blue card or draw a blue card off the top. If it was against like a normal Doomsday or Tinker deck, I think I would play this way slower. But against my opponent's deck, it just seems very good. I mean, if they just Tinker us here, it's pretty bad, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I countered their Ancestral, and they're just going to turn 2 Tinker me anyways? All right, well. We're on to a blue card here. They could always whiff, too. Oh. So I loot? Okay, all right, whatever. All right, I hope this whiffs. Preordain. I don't think we're whiffing anymore. Brace. All right, we died. I don't know, man. It's so rough. Those are all the best cards in their deck. Ancestral Vamp. Mana Crypt. Academy. Tinker? Man, that's pretty sad. No, they hit top 2? All right, we lost. Tinker mirrors, baby. Like, we didn't have to make the play we made. I didn't have to do the play I made. I just think it was right. I could have spun. I had 6 spins to try to find a force card, but I just didn't have the mana to win right away. I don't know. Every time I take a line like this where I'm like, I could get punished, I always get punished. All right. That's deterministic, I guess. Interesting. All right, well, I'm going to bring in Mindbreak Trap and Flusterstorm and maybe Hercules. I mean, our cards are really good against them. Keep Strip Mine for Saga. Probably don't need a Swords or a Savines. Like, I don't actually think you want to like do the combo thing. You're just the control deck in this situation, which I guess is a compelling argument to Justin should not have gone all in on the combo. It just felt really good after, like, if I fluster their Ancestral on turn 1, like, what's the likelihood they're going to Tinker me on turn 2 after playing no artifact? Like, seems pretty unlikely. You'd have to be, like, Slasher lucky for that to happen. Just take out this island. I definitely regret my choice. That's for sure. Slasher, you top 8'd twice with a deck that I would consider extremely unplayable. So I think you're quite lucky enough. No, we won't give you that. My statement is factually correct. Yeah, this is fine. I have a force. I have a turn 1 Lavinia. Okay. This should turn off most of their good stuff. Island. And Soul Ring. That's pretty good. Yeah. That is something you can cast through Lavinia. Curial Spell Dancer. Could be good. Currently don't have the spell count for it, but if we can back double a Time Walk, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, my opponent's hands are Ancestral Tinker, so why can't I look at my hand and be like, these aren't as good? Come on! I don't think I'm supposed to counter this. Everyone has Ancestrals but me, Slasher. I don't think that's fair. I want Ancestral too. I think letting Ancestral resolve here is correct because so many of my opponent's draws are dead draws. That one is not a dead draw. But they can't All right, well. Rest in peace to my time walk. All right, well, I guess I was wrong. Maybe I should not have let Ancestral resolve. Not a bad draw. It just lets me get my Lurrus back. Could help in the future. Next turn, we could go like Lurrus Black Lotus. If we draw a spell, then we can double it. Though I guess there is constructs coming. I assume my opponent just goes like Land Tinker or something. I don't know. Land Tinker or Pyroblast, Moxen Tinker, something bad for me. Our hands have been certainly a degree of power lower than our opponent's hands. What is this? A Tolarian Academy? Why would you make this first? Academy, I assume. Yeah. Academy Tinker. Academy Narset. Okay. Turns off my Ancestral, so we'll probably draw it. Could always just draw, you know, Manifold Key. That would be work. That would work. Just needs to hit a player, right? They drew their own Manifold Key. Ooh. Okay. Strip Mine. That's a good draw. Just hope whatever I'm doing here is fast enough. I think I'm going to hit the Narset. Because I'm the one who is currently being pressured. I don't have a spell to cast anyways. This can't be blocked. And I'm going to strip mine their Saga. Okay. Back to you, opponent. Vault Key. They can do it. Kill me with Vault Key. They did take the key off Narset. They can actually tinker Vault Key right here as well. Monastery Mentor. Oh, you're right. This is in the graveyard. True. I don't know. They'll play Yogwill and then cast it from the graveyard. I'm sure they'll figure it out. They have the Yogwill in their deck. We literally died to it in game one. Come on now. I like how my Lavinia, I have no idea if it's good or not right now. All I know is my opponent has drawn quite a few more cards than I have. And I can't draw cards anymore either. So I guess I could attack, kill it, and then draw cards. I'm not losing face. They can get back their Time Vault. It's not that hard. All right, Justin, I need help. Top of my library, please. Help, Justin. All right. Is this where I get like one of Hold Breachered? Which color? I guess it's better just use this Academy so I don't lose my colorful mana. Strip Academy first. What? How am I gonna do that? That's not a legal play. No! Evil! I get Hold Richard here. I will cry forever. I got mental misstepped. think we're dead. We're just gonna die to this army, right? Everything hurts. Everybody hurts. Mostly me. I'm just going back to game 1 where I didn't have to demonic for the win. Sad, Justin. True. Now when we draw key, they won't be able to misstep it. Good point. I like the way you think. I can, but I lost round 1. I have decent breakers, but not great breakers. Also, Sean beating Renee. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I did lose round 1, so. So the powerful X-Whale has not done very much losing. Dude, 6 MP cannot lose on Doomsday. My lord. If that was true, Slasher, you would stream. But unfortunately, you're not a streamer, so. Oh. What do you got for me, opponent? They have a Lavinia? Uh-oh. It doesn't do anything, right? Well, it stops dig through time. Stops gush. New second saga. Unblockable? Oh, Lutri in hand. Okay. Does stop me from casting Lotus again. True. I mean, it doesn't stop me from casting Lotus again. It does counter the Lotus. No attack here is good for me, though. I would like to draw one of them keys, please. I hate this game so much. I'm so unlucky. It's actually crazy how unlucky I am. They're just playing out Otter? Sure. Not. Ay, ay, ay. It's so doomed. The turn when I finally draw the double spell that wins the game, they play the Lavinia. This is just Yagwell Vault Key. They've been waiting for a fetch. Thoughtseize? Bruh. What? I feel like I just take it all. 3, 5, 8, 10, 15. If they play an instant speed spell, I die. I guess it's 16. Probably supposed to trade Lavinia's in case I draw Gush. 3, 5, 7, 10, 13, 15, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 if they play a spell. I mean, this might unlock something for their Lavinia, or for their, they could like unlock something here with this Lavinia, but I don't think it matters. These games were so brutal. My opponent just had much better cards than me. It doesn't feel like my Lavinia stopped them at all. Did they draw? They drew what? 0/0 drops? I mean, we'll find out right now if they have a. I guess like they could hard cast it Force of Will, so it's not like the Lavinia was stopping them from doing that. Oh, it's a delve spell, huh? All right, well, stopping something. Brutal. Yeah, they had their own dig through time. Sure, I guess I should have blocked with Lurrus instead. I don't know. I guess Lurrus doesn't really do anything from this position, so I probably should just block with Lurrus. Yeah, all right, fair enough. I mean, I played like a garbage player, so it's fine. Okay, we were dead anyways. I played that match horrendously, I would assume. But we were just never drawing the cards we needed to win this game. Opponent plays Lavinia. The turn before I double dig through time, immediately win the game was just like they couldn't get worse than that. Like if there's no Lavinia, then we just double dig through time, look at 14 cards, find Vault Key, and win. But that didn't happen. All right, we did not break her into the top 8 because we are not Slasher. 4-2 though, good showing. We lost to the 6-0 player, and then I think I played pretty poorly in retrospect in the Medvedev match, where I think if I play to a more like game 2, I'm evaluating that I am the control deck in the situation. So in game 1, going for the combo is probably asking for a lot. The problem is like in game 1. They just have so few answers to me going for the combo that they have to immediately win the game, and they did. So it's tough because if your opponent goes like Ancestral on an island and no other play, it's like pretty unlikely they're going to be able to tinker if their Ancestral doesn't resolve, right? They have to have a tutor and multiple pieces of mana to be able to tinker. So I don't really hate the play in game 1. In game 2, something maybe we could have done differently, but I think this deck has a lot of potential. There's multiple players right now trying this deck out. I know Francis is playing it. I know there's Tom Bombadil maybe was playing it. So there's like a couple people trying out different versions of this deck, and the things that are going on in this deck are pretty powerful. My biggest concern is you are a little clunky and you are less powerful than like jewel players or like a more concentrated combo player, like a Doomsday or something like that. Of course, we could play like dress downs in this deck as well. So there's some flexibility. You have a lot of flexibility, basically. You get to play all your powerful spells, and then obviously non-permanents that cost 2 or less. The only thing you don't really get is your free wins off of Tinker Citadel. And I don't think this deck wants Tinker in it. I have tried Tinker in this kind of deck before. It's like kind of alluring to be able to double Tinker off of Spell Dancer and get Vault Key. But for the most part, it's just not very necessary in my mind. Something to note is I didn't play Mystical Tutor when Francis did play Mystical Tutor, and it's possible I just want to include Mystical Tutor so I have another way to get an Ancestral that I can supple Spell Dancer. Though Francis didn't play Spell Dancers, he was just playing a bunch of Jaces, and I think Spell Dancer more than fits this shell. Like Spell Dancer was absurd today. We doubled Dig Through Times and Gushes, and it was just incredible. So I was really, really happy with Spell Dancer, and I think this is like the exact home I'm looking for Spell Dancer. Spell Dancer's probably good in like those Jeskai fair decks, but I think Spell Dancer's at its best when it's copying these restricted spells, or even like 3 mana spells that are really, really powerful. So yeah, this was fun. I will be back on Wednesday for Vintage Prelim and Monday for Vintage Prelim and Wednesday for Vintage League. I think I will also stream next Friday at 2 p.m. for a Vintage Prelim if it fires, as I'm off that day. But then I won't be streaming on the next Saturday, as I will be doing other things. So yeah, new Vintage content on my channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will see you then.